Barriers will drop, the crowd riled up. Let's go ahead and get ready to jump straight into this action. EDG on the attack. Should prove a treat. Already though, heavy forward presence here from the side of Leviathan, taking a lot of space in towards A. First going to expire. Ooh. There's the jump peak.
They're looking for this A push. That has been a lot of where EDG's attack-sided pistol rounds have gone on this map. It's going to be the spot out, and that's going to be the continued push forward here. Trying to see if they can punish EDG, trying to retake that space. Instead, they're just going to be piecing out and getting the plant down. Setting up for this post plant. Com's already got one.
Yeah, gets the jump on him before he can make his way into garage, so nobody going to be taken down. Sova now out of the hands here.
It's a straight four-man push through mid, and Ospas domes Kong.
Just finding an absolute monstrous headshot. Furthering that man advantage now. 5v3 for the retake. Left wrapping their way around three-man approach rather from Snowman. Close hold from the side of EDG. Pop flash through the wall. The jump out. They're only able to find one as Simon will fall, and that's the cleanup as Smoggy dies. The Fuse will come in, and Lev will close out the opening pistol round, just passing it over to Mazzino to try to fast-track that ult.
Yeah, I really like the ideas here early from Leviathan. Play into what you've seen from EDG in these pistol rounds before. Able to find that early kill. EDG loves to leave a player near their spawn on their attacker side on this map. Usually it'd have been Smoggy. This time around, they leave nobody. And he's gonna pay the price. Good start here. Flood through mid. Able to clean out players one by one, and that's something Leviathan did very well against Team Heretics on this map as well. They're really good at dissecting you, finding that individual player, getting that quick kill, and pushing forward.
Just two ghosts to try to utilize here from the side of EDG, otherwise classics abound, but on the opposite side, quite a hefty bit of firepower. Two outlaws in the mix here for Leviathan. Looking to do maximum damage where possible.
Absolutely. That outlaw, so powerful. So many teams leaning into it against these ecos, but Kong with that ghost in hand, looking to go on a bit of an explore up the mid tube. And
there's the first. Ospas up on top of yellow. Kong now storming his way up into kitchen. Does get pinged by that recon. The turret as well, noting him as Mazzino is able to drop nobody. Looks for another and will have it. Simon going to be taken down now. He just won off the ult. He's got it online. Another three-piece here for him as Kong will be able to put one of those Guardians down, but quick to swing out a window and deal the final blow. So fairly clean 2-0 start here for the side of Lev.
Yeah, and they're able to scoop up that outlaw as well at the very end. So able to keep 4 guns over. 2 outlaws, a bulldog, and a phantom, and this is huge. Getting Mazzino online with just a ghost, finding 3 big kills to get that ult available. The Reckoning is going to be in play for the bonus here for Leviathan. And they are looking really clean, really sharp here to start. From what we've seen, they have not been missing shots. And that's got to be a little bit scary for EDG. Trading starts there, going to be cleared for EDG. Getting a little bit of info towards the A site. Something EDG has done really well in this event is get good reads on their opponent and be decisive when they can find a weakness in their opponent's formations. They're really, really good at punishing that. But right now, all they know is where Com has been, and that was towards the front of the A site as he slides back with Tex. Try to hold down the back angle, give up a little bit of space to EDG. There is that Killjoy U-tilt towards the front of the A site that they can pop to try to slow down this attack, buy a little bit extra time for this retake.
And not only that, but they have that Reckoning online here from Mazzino. And there it is, immediately coming through. Kong not able to steady the aim. Doesn't manage to fall to Com, and finds that kill with nobody. Quick to trade, and now Chichu finds Mazzino. Harbor dead on the back end. Man advantage found here for EDG, but look at the health bars. Chichu, nobody, both in tatters. 40 health between the two of them. Is Blight going to be landing here? Simon Speedy's able to get the plant down, though. That had been anybody else, it could have been a catastrophe.
And that's 3 players in one-shot range of these outlaws. That's so scary.
And Ospas, he's holding one of them. Dash popped. Gets himself worked over in towards backside. King, however, able to find one. That's Simon now down on the ground. One of the few remaining healthy players as Tex gets a swap over onto the Vandal. Chichu, however, 5 HP still fighting. Does manage to trade one back. Smoggy trying to draw some attention. Nobody swings out. Tex gonna be taken down. And nobody clutches Ospas out of back sight. A bit costly, but far from how bad it could have been. EDG will get their first round on the board.
Wow, what a swing there from nobody. Hitting some crisp shots. Take down a couple Leviathan players. Nice attempt here by Com, doing what he can, trying to use that Reckoning to his advantage. And they do a ton of damage. Leviathan gives themselves a great opportunity in this round. But EDG able to connect their shots when they needed to. Great anticipation there for nobody. Expecting Aspas around that angle. Was very well prepared. So okay, EDG able to get that round, able to prevent the bonus conversion for Leviathan. Already pressure on a Com. He gets out without taking any damage though.
Yeah, I mean, wall set up to try to dissuade the push coming through into A main, but EDG just does not care about it at all. Disrespect the wall, they go pushing forward, and they're going to be rewarded with a kill as Tex does get taken down. Any and all utility that was set up here to defend this does not matter anymore, as EDG will storm their way forward. Now just 2 players remaining here on the side of Leviathan who will have to swallow the pill of going for this save.
These are just great reads from EDG, anticipating the posted up positions of Leviathan. Something I've been really, really impressed with this EDG team coming into this event is the way that they're anti-stratting their opponents, the way that they're understanding the formations that their opponents want to use and where positioning is going to happen. And that's got to go towards the players and the coaching staff. In particular, Muggleman, you know, may not be able to cast magic, but he sure has worked a lot for this team.
He's been working it from behind the curtain. Looks like these players will be allowed to save their weapons here, but EDG carry forward 5 as they go ahead and equalize the count 2-2. And EDG, as many rounds as they can get on this attack, that is going to be a big boon for them. I mean, we've seen the runbacks, as Kukuka mentioned on the analyst desk. It's always gone to overtime from the side of LEV, but runbacks for them, it's always been starting on that attack side.
Exactly, and this is a slightly attacker favor-sided map, and you know, Leviathan is happy to get in the mud with you. We've seen this with EDG and LEV throughout this entire event, that you know, things can get muddy, and they're happy to play in that respect. They're happy to let their natural talent shine in those moments, try to take over rounds that way. And we're already seeing LEV contesting the plant a little bit early in that previous round, so I was kind of curious how Leviathan was going to approach this defender side, because EDG is so aggressive post-plant. They will push angles, they will push space, and try to cut you off in rotation, try to catch you off guard, particularly Kong Kong. Got to keep your eyes on him, but so far we haven't seen EDG do that. They've been pretty reserved. And, you know, Leviathan.
Oh, Aspas saw foot there.
Yep.
Mazino at the same time able to find Smoggy. Aspas goes for it, tries to take the fight. Ends up losing his life, but Tex tries to hold things down. 6-shooter in hand, comes up with 1. He and Mazino, though, tagged up a bit. Spike now in play for the side of EDG. Is Chichu trying to go on this flank, but he's so very low.
Oh, and a wall to cut off Simon.
But they're not looking for him at the moment. Mazino turns his sights back for a brief of a moment. Tex able to find another with that Sheriff, and now Simon flashing in a hand, nowhere to go but into the grave. Calm will take him down with the Hunter's Fury. And LEV will reestablish a 1-round lead.
There's so many good things here going for LEV. The aggressive take of space early gives them a lot of information and allows Tex to play a lot safer, to play further back off of the site so he can find those great angles. Zeno here winning a lurk out towards mid as well. These individual picks, so crucial for Leviathan. That kill right there for Tex. Fantastic work with the Sheriff. And then they're able to use that Harbor utility to cut off Simon, to isolate players. I can't stress this enough. That's something they are very, very good at. And that is why they give teams a lot of problems and why they love Harbor. Using that high tide to your advantage, to be able to control the battle space in your favor. Something they do better than anybody else in the world right now.
Look at the gamble sack, though, here from the side of LEV. 4 players set up on A, just Tex alone at B for the moment. Double lurk, still over towards this A site, so EDG could call a bit of an audible pivot back over towards that site, depending on what kind of opposition they find. For now, it's just going to be a tap on the plant to see what they can draw out. But nobody is able to find one. Mazino going to be taken down. Oh, and Calm. Outlurked. Cheating forward. Eyes just turned over towards main. Chichu up onto the rafters, able to take him down.
What a pause called by EDG here. That high tide
noise.
Yeah.
And here comes the strike. Plant now coming back. There's Aspas and Tex can turn their sights over to here. Bite gonna go. Oh, not deep enough, but King makes up for that. Hunter's Fury out, try to flush him out of Snowman, but Kong Kong, he's the one out into the open. Immediately gets punished, and suddenly there's a man advantage here for the side of LEV. as nobody will get taken down. It is nothing but Chichu left. Nanoswarm's not even set up, and he won't have the opportunity, I don't think, but he finds a solid first opening kill. Spamming for it, but the counter spam it out. For now, he's just trying to keep them off with this one. The Nanoswarm, it does not ricochet the way that he wanted. He's trying to isolate and conquer, but King just continues to cheat out wider and wider. Finds the kill, and LEV get up to 4.
I mean, I thought this was going to be a good round here for EDG. Winning out on the lurk battle, getting that opening pick, and Leviathan is still able to turn that round on its head with some incredible shooting from King. Absolutely ridiculous stuff from Snowman. Those walls come up, and I mean, I like the way EDG plays this. They're like, we're going to call pause, we're going to wait for this high tide to go down, then we're going to go for the plant, try to set up for our post plant. But Kong trying to get a little bit aggressive, gets caught out, and then King just starts hitting some nasty shots to take down the rest of EDG. A timeout is going to be called as well by the Chinese team. See if they can figure out how to correct this. One of the things that you need to do, one of the things that Team Heretics learned and was able to adjust with against Leviathan, is to play a bit more together. I'm seeing a lot of isolated fights here for EDG, and that's where Leviathan thrives. So you've got to make sure that those trades are available for the EDG team. But that's credit to LEV as well. They're really good with their timings. They're really good at understanding the map.
Sure.
And using those controllers to kind of keep you off balance, to keep you guessing where the players are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this map has always been scrappy for them throughout this tournament run. I mean, they haven't had a clean one since Crew back in Americas, but it's been 3 times played here at Champs, and it has always resulted in victory for the side of LEV. Seeing them already at 4 on the defending side, that is scary if you are EDG.
No doubt, and certainly with some ults available, you know, it is a bit of an eco. You have to buy down to 3 sheriffs for EDG, but you've got some huge ults. Maybe you can swing this round into your favor. Maybe you can turn the tide against Leviathan. See what they want to do off the back of that timeout, or if they're just going to hold on to those ults for the next gun round. Spot on the Chichu, but not much that Leviathan can do off the back of it. Meanwhile, the other 3 members seemingly, this is the default that EDG wanted to run with on this map coming into it. It's going to be a tough map pool for EDG, no matter how you sliced it. They're going to have to play Leviathan on Icebox or Ascent or some other map early. And
big change up though on the setup here from Tex. He's got the alarm bot and a Nanoswarm set up in case EDG decides to go for that really deep sight control over towards Snowman.
And that's understanding of the way that EDG likes to play, the way that they're going to get aggressive typically on post play. We haven't really seen it much so far this map, but I like that you pointed that out. That's very good. A very good read here by Leviathan.
Like spotted, Aspas just going to be dropping down off the top of screens. Not looking to give over any kind of easy kill here. Footsteps going to be heard. Aspas still sticking around. Double lurk forward. Just the sheriffs in hand here for Chichu and Smoggy. There's Recon. Flush out Calm. They know that there's going to be someone forward there in mid. Playing around tube. Calm holding that angle. Finds the headshot immediately. One of the rifles now on the floor. Clear out some of that util. Chichu got in a fall. Aspas shutting it down, and now Simon rushing his way over towards his A side. Just 13 seconds remaining as Kong is trying to draw some attention, trying to open something up on the opposite side of the map, but Aspas, he'll be good to basically bring this round to a conclusion. Takes out Simon. Smoggy will get 1, but ultimately, Leviathan not falling to the Thrifty. They move up now by 3.
And the measured approach to this round by Leviathan, the bend but don't break attitude that they took. Giving up a little bit of extra space, but allowing for quicker rotations. As soon as there was any contact over on the A side, I saw a couple players hightailing it over to bail out Aspas. And then EDG trying to play the map, trying to work it a little bit, sending players all over the place, but every step of the way, Leviathan able to handle it, able to account for EDG's movements. It helps when Aspas starting to heat up a bit as well. No doubt that he is going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout this event, but who is going to be the one that can step up if EDG is going to have a chance? Is it going to be Smoggy? Is it going to be Kong? Simon, nobody, Chichu, everybody's had their moments for them.
Look at that drone tells all. LEV very convinced that this is going to be B, and they would be correct about that. Shots through the screen, and Kong does come away with a headshot there on the Tex. Doesn't need any damage himself as well. Now the man advantage Set up here. Chichu still, however, still lurking over towards Ace, expecting that there's going to be that forward push, that flank coming through to try to pressure out over towards Garage. Reckoning now, second one of the half. Trigger gets pulled there by Mazzino. Sun's starting to fly. Aspas up in hand, seeking a target so far. Smokes are keeping them all obfuscated. Kong able to find a second, but Mazzino takes out nobody. Mazzino takes out everyone! As Simon and Smoggy all fall to the wayside. Now, it's just Chichu left, and not for very long. Had the nano gone off, maybe it could result in a round victory here, but ultimately, LEV, it's just an explosion of death into the kill feed as they move up now by 4.
Yeah, the confidence is flying for Leviathan. And I can see it not just in their shooting, but in the way that they're approaching the map. The whole round, I mean, that's just absolutely dirty, Mazzino. But the whole round,
I've never been so excited to watch, bro. I've never been so excited.
I was pretty excited to watch too, Com. That was quite good. But really, when I'm looking at the map, I'm seeing all the players watching for that lurk from Chichu the whole time. Like, there's always somebody, whether it's Com or Mazzino or whoever, that's checking towards mid, checking towards tube to find where that lurking player may be. Some pressure here onto Aspas, though.
Sending out the op shots, trying to clear that. Recon dart does get pinged. Now lockdown going to be in play. Forward position, only one safe spot within the site itself. Aspas going to be revealed once again, just backpedaling, getting his way out, not wanting to be detained. No one caught. Attempted the retake can now begin here. As White opens things up. Kong sending out a couple blades, but ultimately not making contact there as Aspas up on top of the railing. Just takes one into the shoulder. Nobody deciding to stick around here. Pit now in play as the lockdown gets ready to tick down. Looks like nobody will go ahead and sack himself to that. No double detain, as well as Smoggy is forward in the pit, just staying hidden where possible. Mazzino, he catches a stray onto Smoggy. Kong will be able to put down King, but Aspas with his own knives is starting to take things down. Swap over, Aspas a little bit faster on the draw. Gets the shorty out, gets the 4K, and LEV will get themselves another round victory.
Unbelievable. EDG threw everything they had at Leviathan this round. The ultimates, the Blade Storm, the lockdown, the Viper's Pit, all in play. But then Aspas, of course, says, oh, you've got a Blade Storm? I do too. And the Leviathan fans absolutely loving what they're seeing. And EDG struggling to find answers against this Leviathan onslaught. These retakes have been so good.
They're looking for an answer in the way of Kong bringing an operator now into this attacking side. Trying to fight fire with fire. He's going to get pinged out, but the weapon for now not going to be revealed.
And this is something the desk was highlighting, that Kong in particular, one of the rare players who prefers an attacker-sided op over defender-sided. Yeah, can't clear the drone, but looking for that duel, potentially, with Aspas. Aspas has been so good at repositioning. That little micro adjustment he had in the previous round to get up on top of the railing in the back stairs. So good. Threw off Kong's aim enough. He wasn't able to connect with that Blade Storm. Now a readjust here for EDG. Reading that the A side not to their liking. And again, this is something they've been very good throughout this tournament, finding the weak side, getting that plant down, and they've been really good in post plants. Oftentimes getting ahead of the curve, but this time around, again, they're taking just a little bit too long, and Leviathan is rotating in. They're going to be right here to try to contest. Aspas already with the op, up close and personal.
And there's that deep util coming into play. Chichu going to be taking out Smoggy as well as nobody. Traded out, and only Calm is found so far. Just Kong with that operator, an all-in bid. And he's just been out in the open again, taken down. Simon, last man standing, completely surrounded. No hope in hell as LEV are just running away with this half, running away with this map, 8-2.
They're just so ahead of the curve. They're doing a great job of understanding the way that EDG likes to rotate. They're so on pace. Seems like they've got clocks in their head to read the timing. And they're so ready for these aggressive pushes as well. You've got the high-low set up there on the bridge in the back by Snowman. Able to shut that down, and Aspas, again, already on point.
I killed that guy and I pressed them.
Well, Aspas a little bit of a slow start. Was 4-4 at one point, but now it's just been 7 kills stacked up on top of that. No deaths to be found. He's coming alive.
Here.
We might be pressing F on this map here pretty soon with the way it's going. Leviathan is so on point.
Oh, cannot find the shoulder. Dash gets himself behind 410. He's gonna reposition, continuing to try to go aggressive. Black in, does not catch him. Aspas getting tagged up a little bit, but still staying alive. The movement absolutely electric to watch. He's out to safety, and EDG still no closer to putting this spike on the floor. Mizzino instantly has the reckoning to cover his comrade. Aspas is back on a hard angle, and Kong is dead. Everything that they try is struck down. One after the other, they fall. As Chichu up on top of pipes, now going to be revealed. Just get a nice headshot there on the text, but there's still so much work to be done. One shot potential on a Mizzino, onto Aspas, if they can get into position. For now, they're just locked in place, waiting out this util. The jiggle peek attempt. Chichu swings out, it's a little bit wider. Aspas not going to be fast enough to pull the trigger. Does not shut him out. King at the same time remaining diligent, just waiting, watching in case there's a rotation out below 2, but with time dwindled, with weapons needing to be retained, Chichu and Smoggy will just hold on to these guns if possible, but Leviathan can certainly chase forward if they want to. Seems like they will allow it.
And it's so tough here for EDG to get good reads on the way Leviathan wants to play their defense. Because sometimes they're trying to contest the point of attack. Other times they're going to give that space up and play for the flood retakes. Mizzino has been absolutely unreal this half. He has been so on point with not just his util, but his shooting in particular. 14 kills, 4 deaths for Mizzino so far. Been leading the charge as that Harbor.
Since round 1.
Yeah, since the very first round. But now you got a Viper's Pit and a Hunter's Fury as well for Com. Yes, you've got the other Hunter's Fury and a null command for Simon. Right there. But look how far back Com is, and he's already going for that pick.
There it is, opening it up. Knows that he's not in range of any kind of null command. Denies, just looking for a tag, and will be rewarded with one on the very end as Smog gets taken low. Kong trying to take some space. Mizzino dancing around the box. First shot here from Aspas, going to be going wide. Ham's going to be eaten there, but still alive for now. Mizzino, however, going to be taken out. Simon able to find a stray headshot through the wall. Opens things up a little bit more here for EDG.
This is going to be tough. There's only one player with full armor.
He's still just been brought to a halt, though. Now the drone to check. King, if he just cheats forward a little bit more, he can just send out that pit. Oh, completely shut this down. Looks like they'll save it for a retake attempt. Kong able to find one. Push up into the smoke. Com going to be eliminated. Aspas, however, still standing. And still out for blood. Just he and Tex, though, try to be the difference makers in this round and stop EDG from getting a third, but it seems like it will fall to the wayside as Tex, all on his lonesome, will get taken out. Kong will find 3 to get EDG a third round victory. It's 9-3 at the half.
Some signs of life for EDG at the very end, but 7 in a row for Leviathan is the story of this half. Absolutely dominant. It's going to be difficult now, switching over to the harder side of the map for EDG to try to come back in this one.
It's going to have to be a hell of a defense for EDG, for the EDG faithful here in the audience. They are praying the curses are in fact real. But right now, LEV, they look absolutely impeccable. As we give the players a moment, let's go ahead and get ready to send it down to Jen, who's going to be standing by for a halftime interview.
Hello everyone, Jen Lee down here with Coach Zeish of Carmine Corp. 카민 코프의 제이시 코치 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 인스파이어 아레나에서 오늘 함께하게 됐는데요. 현장 분위기를 어떻게 느끼고 있는지부터 물어보도록 할게요. Welcome to Inspire Arena, Zeish. What did you think of the atmosphere here?
I mean, it's insane. I already lived something like similar with KCX, with our own event, but seeing all of this type of people like in the stadium, I would have loved to qualify already, actually.
먼저 분위기가 너무 미쳤어가지고 지난번에 오프시즌 대회 때 프랑스에서 또 KC와 이런 대회를 했었는데 그때 분위기가 느껴지고 이런 분위기를 느끼니까 진짜 KC도 챔피언스에 왔어야 되는데 라는 생각이 들 정도라고 얘기를 하는데요. 이렇게 현장 분위기가 너무 뜨겁기 때문에 훨씬 선수들도 부담감을 크게 느낄 것 같습니다. 뭐 EDG 같은 경우에는 이렇게 높이 올라온 게 처음이고 또 레비아탄도 그동안 좀 흔들렸던 모습도 있었잖아요. 두 팀이 모두 여기까지 올 수 있던 건 아무래도 뒷심 그리고 버티는 힘이 아닐까 싶은데 좀 이렇게 부담감이 클 때 이렇게 버티는 힘, 이겨내는 힘은 어떻게 유지하면 좋을지 또 코치님께 물어보도록 할게요. EDG, they've never placed this high before. Leviathan had their ups and downs along the way. Both teams are here because they displayed huge amount of resilience. So in such a high pressure moment like this, how do you create and maintain that type of resilience?
So my team is not the best example this year for like high pressure moment, but I would say that I think it's more on like the momentum that you have in the tournament. Like you can work as much as you want during the year, but if you lose the momentum that you have in the tournament, you won't make it. So like I feel these teams, like this is why I said to you earlier, I feel that EDG might win it, even though like right now it's really tough for them, but like they have an aura around them, like really good momentum. So I feel that they're gonna make it.
KC를 좀 참고할 수는 없겠지만 그래도 아무래도 이렇게 좀 큰 대회에서는 그동안 1년간의 흐름이 아니라 그때그때 흐름을 놓지 않는 게 중요하기 때문에 또 코치님께서도 EDG가 좀 이번은 우승을 할 수 있을 것 같다고 얘기를 했는데 이런 흐름을 그때그때 놓지 않고 계속해서 이어가는 게 굉장히 중요하다고 얘기를 했습니다. 이렇게 해서 제이시 코치 만나봤습니다. Thank you, 제이시.
Thank you for having me.
Back to the game.
Thank you very much. Some wise words there. We as Pacific casters, of course, know a thing or two about teams losing momentum in the tournament. It's all about maintaining it. Let's see, though, if LEV can maintain the momentum from the first half. 9-3 as they now switch over onto the attacking side. The stage is set for this to be an absolute, just explosive closeout for them.
And so far, you can see the experience advantage that Leviathan has. The pressure hasn't gotten to them. They're playing up to their full potential. Now we need to see if EDG can bounce back, can fight back. A lot of noise being made here by LEV, and EDG right around this corner.
Nobody trying to hold the line here. A couple shots going to be going wide. He dances around that Sheriff, but Auspas eventually on the repeat is able to find his mark. Simon similarly taken down. HP going to be low on a couple players here on the side of Leviathan, so some damage opportunity still can be dealt here by EDG. Dunkirk into the back of sight. Take Chichu down to 22. The peek out from Kong Kong. He's instantly dead. Chichu now trying to desperately hold as Smoggy swoops in from behind. Comes to the rescue. Finds him. Chichu now with 3 and Smoggy gets the follow-up. And Smoggy's arrival could not have been timed better. He saves his comrade, keeps him in that round as EDG will equalize the pistol round count.
Unbelievable. Just when it looked like it may be curtains for EDG. Chichu is right there to stand up and open things up for the side of EDG. Oh my God, 22 health, and he's able to get it done. He's gonna slam that desk in celebration. Muggle's like,
what?
Shouldn't have got there.
How did that happen? Well,
What a
you might
play.
not have the answer to that question, but for your EDG right now, you absolutely take those.
Just a little bit of
Nobody got to be careful here, though. Oh, Jefferson Hammond, they lined up for him. Basically a collapse with that Spectre Kong Kong on the peek out, able to shut down King. Quick movements here from the side of EDG. Wanting as clean of a start to this half as they can possibly get, and right now it's looking like it may be flawless. Tex, of course, with that Sheriff in hand, does have to be respected. It's for reasons like that. Shock Dart going wide, looking to try to flush him out into the open. Chichu will peek right as the reload comes through. It's just going to be a Marshall left on the floor, but Smug can pick that up as EDG, they start closing the gap, but now we move into the bonus here for them. Can they get that conversion?
Well, they're going to try. They're going to put the operator early into Kong Kong's hands, it looks like.
Cannon.
Enemy remaining. Has to go big now. Tell that they're feeling the pressure, but with some hot starts to this half, maybe, just maybe, EDG can turn things around. They're able to get a mishmash of guns into their hands, but can definitely do some damage. Some util dumped to clear the orb.
But nobody very cognizant of it. Wasn't just immediately going for it, just stayed back, waiting to hear if that util was going to be coming his way. Doesn't get caught by anything. 0 point, however.
Caught everybody.
Yeah, catching damn near everyone on the side of Leviathan. And already Smoggy is pushed forward in garage in case there's a rotate out. So he's hoping that his teammates are going to be able to hold the line here. Dash now pop from Aspas. It's going to be noted by the drone. Cuts his way out. Oh, a brief little spot. Takes out Tex. A fantastic shot as they try to drive them back over towards Smoggy, but right now it looks like LEV are hard committed here towards his A site. Fragment down to try to slow the flood, but Calm already forward here, waiting. Around default, trying to see if they can spot out anything. Watch is going to be sent. A Cloudburst in, 0 point. Taking away whatever util they have left as he swing onto the corner, and Calm catches them unawares. Cleans up 2. Now suddenly, Spike can be planted. Or going to be grabbed, but Smoggy strikes from behind.
Spike down A.
Interrupts the plant. Now
30 seconds left.
they have to be pivoting back and forth. 180. Watching every single angle. They know that Smoggy is in behind them. Calm down to 7. The one to try to hold the line first, but Smoggy catches King out into the open. Like to try to flush out that back sight. Chichu just pulling back. Aspas trying to hold things down here. Time starting to tick. They swing in, and Smoggy collects them both. The 4K to defuse, the bonus conversion, the operator to be saved. EDG are on the right path to try to bring this map back to parity.
This is absolutely ridiculous from Kong Kong to start, to set the tempo, and then this lurk from Smoggy, something I was so impressed with Leviathan on the other side of the map. They were doing a great job looking for these lurks, accounting for them, but here, they get into the mud and they lose their heads a bit, and Smoggy punishes the heck out of them, able to find 2 huge kills, and then come in for that 4th at the end. Unbelievable round there for him. And EDG, who would have thought a bonus conversion on their defender's side to start this half?
Well, this map might be delivering more than we had anticipated after that first half. LEV now going to be pumping the brakes, calling that first timeout for themselves. Still going to be 1 apiece remaining for both of these teams. But one of the things that we weren't seeing in that first half on the attacking side was that impact from Smoggy. Just was consistently being shut down. Came into this half, just, 4 kills. But that's that round that you want to be seeing from this guy who has been delivering on the regular for EDG throughout this tournament. He is maybe the biggest reason why we've seen them make it as far as they have.
I agree with you. I think he's been the MVP for this team so far in this event. He has been absolutely clutch. Comes up with huge multi-kills when the team needs him the most. And here on Icebox, starting to come alive on this defender side, starting to find those gaps in Leviathan's defense. I think Leviathan needs to start mixing things up a little bit. Show some different looks here to EDG. You're gonna have to spread the map a little bit more. You kind of just tried to bully your way through A. That hasn't worked. EDG's been able to put up a brick wall and keep you from really finding much success there. So now it's time to start trying other parts of the map. Eventually, this is the eco, so maybe if you've got a set play here on this side, try to go for some quick picks.
Now, I don't have the stats on it.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious if anybody does, but it does feel like a lot of bonus conversions that we've seen, people drop the Thrifty immediately after.
It's
That Fnatic Send series is just so back and forth, bonus conversion after bonus conversion, but then always getting thriftied in that 4th round of the half.
teams are pretty good with sheriffs, is what it boils down to in my mind. You're absolutely right, though. It has been wild this year. Some of the eco rounds that we've seen. Clear the drone.
Kong Kong just looking to reposition. And immediately, this is going to send left packing over towards the opposite side of the map, where it is just Smoggy to try to hold the line for now, but already rings out a shot.
And EDG has to respect the A-side hit because of how much pressure Leviathan has put there. So that's going to give a little bit of space here for Leviathan, an opportunity. Let's see what Smoggy has in store, though. It was brilliant in the previous round.
Recon out. Smoggy just tucks back behind the wall, but pings come down. LEV have a very strong understanding of his position. That's quite a bit of damage, so as they all go cutting across towards yellow. Full HP bars whittled away at here. Spike gets planted. Retake now, getting ready to come through, but Kong Kong finds an opener. Osmos going to be on the ground. The Guardian now passing hands as Tex picks it up. Fragment into the back. His tag's gonna be flushed out into the open, and Chichu, it's enough of an angle for him to go ahead and collect the kill. King trying to hold the line, finds himself a second. Zeno gets the other. And now King is trying to conquer them all. The half hold, Chichu though, pulls off the defuse, gets the headshot and says, no thrifties today.
I thought you had willed it into existence there. It almost happened. Unbelievable stuff there with the Sheriffs. An early pick for Kong Kong at range. Big spam there from Chichu. And then King just comes alive. He has the opportunity as well. Just misses the headshot. Chichu quick to pull off and adjust. Almost. Aspa is clear as well.
Not in that round.
Not in that round.
But he is still, by far, clearly in the lead. 69-2. Numerous players nipping at his heels. But EDG suddenly just 2 rounds away from tying this up.
And this is going to be a really important next couple rounds, because look at the ults that are coming into cycle here.
Yep.
You've got the Viper's Pit, you've got the Reckoning, you've got the Lockdown for Chichu, you've got the Hunter's Fury for nobody. So these are the rounds that are going to really pivot, potentially.
Smoggy, he's slipped the net a little bit, drags across, managing to find the headshot, but does he suspect Tex from behind? He kind of does, but still ends up falling. Jump out, that is going to be a body tag there on the comm. Gets taken low, but not taken down. His knives now do get popped.
You should run.
Kong Kong on the fast rotate. As the lockdown gets placed here at B. 4 players alive, but not even a full HP bar between 2 of them as Tex and Comm both dangerously low.
And you don't have Smoggy to cover this plant.
You do not. There's a jump out and Comm punished on the jiggle, just trying to get that recon out towards Snowman. Kong Kong shuts down those hopes and dreams. Recon quickly going to be cleared out, but Kong Kong now re-peeks from the flank, and Ospas is not ready for it. Knives going to be a little bit whippy there, but it doesn't matter because Chichu in position. Go ahead and collect 1. Shorty now in hand. The flash, he's blinded up. And Kong Kong strikes from behind. Suddenly, there is just 1 round separating these squads. EDG are on a monstrous tear.
Well, who needs a Viper when you've got Kong Kong with an operator? He's just unbelievable right now, starting to really heat up. A player that for so long has been so highly regarded with that sniper rifle and digging deep when EDG needs it most, and they are 1 round away from tying this up, and that lockdown got invested for nothing for Leviathan.
It did. There's still some crucial ultimates here, though. Hunter's Fury, the Pit, as well as the Reckoning, is Chichu quick to clear out that Nano, not wanting the turret to be destroyed, but it's going to be a full cut under tube here as Reckoning comes in, and Kong Kong just has the backpedal, but he's still looking to stick around. Goes for the peek, and Mazzino gets taken down! What a disgusting shot! Their own lockdown now in play, but it's a fairly shallow one sent here from the side of EDG, but it stops them from pushing forward. It makes them think twice. Tex now dropping out from Kitchen. Does get spotted out. Hunter's Fury crashing across. As Comm goes on the hunt, just trying to open up some space here for his team, but nobody now. Finding 1. Ospas, knowing that Kong Kong is tucked into the corner, swings out, does find Chichu. Takes him down, but now they counter Hunter's Fury on the opposite side. They're trying to find that elimination, but looks like widely they will be able to get away scot-free. The Pit now going to be invested here from King. The push up onto the corner, the Shorty. He takes him down. Ospas dead. Weapon swapped. Vandal now in hand, but they still have to deal with King, and he's in his element. The Shorty at the ready, and Kong Kong gets the fadeaway double pump. Comm is dead, and we are all tied up 9-9.
They are unbelievable right now. Kong Kong in particular is making such good reads. Toying with Leviathan's ultimate here. Fakes like he's gonna go back to Snowman, and changes direction. Gets the kill, unbelievable. And Aspas trying to do what he can here to hold the line, get some big kills. But Kong Kong able to hide in that corner and wait out his moment to strike with that Shorty, to get up close and personal. He finds 2 huge kills, and King playing so close. Just not able to adjust in time, and Kong Kong so fast, had that dash popped as well. He's able to get the first shot, get the second, dash out. Just on point right now are EDG, and this is going to be the last time out of this map for Leviathan.
The second one having to be used. Cash somewhat all over the place, but quietly can afford to have, you know, a rifle and half armor here on just about everybody other than Aspas, but he has the blades available. But that was still such a huge dump of ultimates here for Leviathan. They now have nothing else, and if things continue trending the way that they are, they're not going to be able to generate any more ultimates for the remainder of this map.
Exactly, and that's the concern I had a couple rounds ago, talking about all those ults that were in play. Leviathan used the lockdown on one, didn't work. This time they use a bunch, doesn't work. And now you've got EDG. It's got a juiced economy, has a Viper's Pit of their own, still has that operator for Kong Kong. Gonna have to find answers. Maybe Aspas's Blade Storm can be that turning point. He had a phenomenal round with it on the defender side, but now it is EDG's turn. They have done 7 rounds in a row themselves to match what Leviathan did previously. Can they keep this momentum up?
Knives immediately have to be put away. Just wait out that null, though. Because, I mean, there is not really any ambiguity here. Drone doesn't quite get the spot there on the Smoggy. Maybe it turns back. Either way, he's still stagnant. Now strike, but oh my god! The flick from Aspas is absolutely disgusting. Smoggy now dead. The potential for that pit taken away. Aspas resurrected for a moment. Does find two. Mazzino, weapon in hand, puts it to good use. Chichu, Simon both going to be taken down. Up here from Kong Kong, now last man standing. Dash at the ready, moves up into the cold, recovers the weapon, looks for a little bit more. My god, for a second I thought he had it. Shades of something, shades of Kong Kong blending together into one beautiful round, but in the end, it is Aspas that we have to focus on, because that was a disgusting way to break through.
I am just so impressed with Aspas every time. It doesn't matter. I don't care how many times you've seen him do stuff like this. It never gets old. He is outrageously talented. Mazzino continues his hot streak on this map with a big double, and Kong Kong knows how close EDG was to maybe shutting the door on Leviathan. But now a breath of hope, a breath of fresh air for Leviathan as they try once again to scale towards this orb at the front of the A site. Immediately reinforcements for Simon and Nobody. As everybody from EDG except Smoggy is here, and that knife, it's a lot of info.
Trying to spam him out. Aspas will be countered as Simon does fall. 1 for 1 so far. Kong sticking around, lingering, gets rewarded for his patience. Finds one, Tex answering back, a kill there on the Nobody, but the man advantage still here in the hands of EDG. As they once again look to tie things up. Mano does not force him out, and given the funding right now,
now look at this, they're looking.
might just have to make the call to go for a save, but for now they're at least going to push around, see if Smoggy has lurked all the way forward. He's still hanging back outside of garage, though.
This is great understanding now from Leviathan, remembering what happened earlier in this half.
Can they break through this line? Smoggy, the next jiggle, will spot one. Now he knows that they're starting to rotate out of the site.
30 seconds left.
But that's a great decision by Smoggy to not stick around and try to go for any extra damage. Just wait for the rest of the team. Confirm that they're going to come to B site before you call the reinforcements over. Play for your life.
They opt to push into him, and there's still going to be 2 nanos set up on this B site here. Time ticking. Delay tools available. Smoggy, even if he just comes away with one, he might just be able to get both, though. They're rushing forward. They think that he's gone ahead and evacuated. Now he strikes. The spike, Panther, absolutely dead. Time gone. Tex will find a final shot, but EDG will find themselves tied up once more.
It's hard to play it better than Smoggy did right there. Such great understanding. Gains a ton of space, gains a ton of info. Doesn't give up his life, holding that angle towards spawn. Falls back, hides behind yellow, and just plays ring around the rosy. It catches Leviathan completely off guard. Oh, I don't know what you saw there, but that's amazing. Kong Kong.
Where the shock dart was coming from.
Yeah, unreal stuff from him.
Follow the paper trail back. But now 10 to 10. Again, economy disrupted on the side of Lev. Guardian Vandal in hand, a stinger there for Calm. Just with a classic, hoping he can pick up a weapon from a fallen opponent. Kong Kong immediately rotating, getting himself towards that back rafter, but Smoggy's been taken down, dealt with over here on B, but now Aspas traded out. And that is the tip of the spear, cut off.
And just a little bit of an adjustment here from Leviathan. You're going to send Tex out on a counter lurk to deal with Smoggy early to buy you a little bit of extra space. And a great shot from Kong though.
Just finds the timing. Tex not paying attention to Snowman. Ends up getting taken down, and now all that heavy hitting weaponry that LEV did have available has been left on the floor. A lurk though from Com, but he's missed this. Nobody, he's in so deep.
Oh my.
Com is not checking for this now. The swing getting ready to come through. Guardian scooped up, and King does manage to find one. Nobody falls. As the spike starts getting rotated back across that attacker spawn. Over here for the plant. Vandal now
This
picked
high
up.
tide.
And suddenly this round becomes a lot more winnable for the side of LEV.
This high tide in mid, I thought might give away the
About to go
script.
online.
Yeah.
30
The
seconds
orb take
left.
into the plant. Ult available here for Mazzino. And he can just wait patiently, but no, he sends it early. Trying to see if there's anyone playing close.
Even with Com in that corner, no sound heard, just went for a gamble.
We'll be here for Chichu. Leg's going to be spotted. Com, as he brings out the shots, he will reveal his position, so now needs to tuck back. Kong is in. Knife pulled. Gets a spot, but King gets the shot, takes him down. Chichu pushing forward. Tries to bail them out. 8 bullets remaining here in the mag. Mazzino running away, just slowly walking out. Time is dwindling though. Chichu, when does he make the call? When does he try to go for the defuse? He's right above him. He's making noise. He spotted him for a brief little moment. He's trying to spam him out, and he will, but he just cannot get that defuse. LEV will scrape by with a thrifty victory presented by MasterCard to get themselves back into the lead now, just 2 rounds away from closing this out. And for EDG, they're likely going to feel like they just got robbed.
Yeah, but it's little changes that Leviathan makes in this round. Sending Tex out early onto Smoggy. It's a great punish. Even though Kong is able to find that kill the whole time, Com is just pushing space. Great awareness again that somebody could have gotten into their spawn. Not sure if Com barely heard nobody's footsteps or what. Still, really good understanding of the map. Leviathan there, able to find their way over to the site and hold on by just enough time. It's the similar opener here for Leviathan. Cascade with the snake bite. A lot of times they've been sending the drone out right away off the back of that Cascade, but this time around, no drone just yet.
Set up. They're pushing forward, taking even more space here, Kong and Smoggy. Some fairly aggressive positions. Of course, the dash get Kong out to safety, but there's the drone. Spam through, smattering of damage going to be found onto Ospas and Com.
Here.
Cascade to try to dissuade them.
Smoggy now going to be noted in this forward position. He pulls back. Kong wanting to stick around, see if he can get a little punish here. Takes a couple shots, but that shot will not connect. He's still looking for more. But now he's in a very committed position. Ospas gets up over the top. Going to be spotted out. Cloud bursts the recon. Looks to re-aggress. Kong is playing this on a knife's edge. He isn't spotting anything. Shock dart lobbed over towards him. Just cannot make those shots connect.
But he's bought time.
30 seconds left.
He's waited out the smokes. He's got the rest of his team here.
At what point do they just call an audible to try to rotate out? Is it off the back of this pit? The answer's going to be no, because the pit doesn't exist anymore. Mazzino just swings in. Blind spray across, and Smoggy is found. Fragment, oh my God, King! Takes his head clean off. Plant now being used in a deeper position, and Chichu cannot line up the shots. Tex is going to be noted in 2, but it doesn't matter because nobody. He's giving up the plot. They know where the last player is. They know that he's not in a position to do a damn thing about this, and EDG may just be crumbling here right in front of the finish line. Leviathan will get themselves up the map point.
And Leviathan able to pause just enough there to get themselves situated, and some great shots through the smokes. This team really understands where EDG is trying to put pressure at. EDG loves to play you right at the edge of the smokes. They're going to try to find those opportunities, those moments to catch you off guard, to strike when you least expect it. But Leviathan gets ahead of the game in this round, finds some big kills to get through there, and they are 1 round away from taking their map pick of Icebox. What a comeback here.
For EDG, I mean, already the last round wasn't the cleanest on the economy. Simon went into it, I believe, not having a weapon in hand. It's disgusting.
Enemy remaining.
King.
Oh my God, Mazzino, that kill was so
But now
huge.
they find themselves
I
up
don't know
to
why
map
this guy is
point.
stunning you, but I
EDG 2 in
take
a
it.
row. for LEV, it has always gone to overtime. Here in the upper final, is this finally the moment where they get a clean victory on their icebox? We'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out as EDG call their last time out.
It's going to be very, very interesting. I think here for EDG, maybe play a little bit more for the retakes. You're getting shut down when you're trying to contest these plants so far. Might be time to show a bit of a different look. See what they want to do. Found it interesting though. I had a chance to talk with Mazzino real quick before the matches started today. And I asked him, how are you feeling about this? He said, good, yeah, we've got a lot of experience, kind of the typical things. And I said, but what about going up against EDG? They're a tough team. Things can get muddy. And he's like, that's okay. We love being in the mud. We love it. That's how we play, and that suits our style perfectly. And it has been muddy, it has been fast, it has been aggressive, but so far Leviathan is just a slight step ahead, but EDG has given them everything they can handle.
They have final buy though, 4 half armors to the side of EDG. Bulldog Guardian in play. Can they manage to take this over to OT? Will LEV be bringing this map to a conclusion and get everything teed up for Lotus? Let's see, as Kong changing up the playbook here a little bit. Pop flash over the top. Opts not to go for it though. Is Hunter's Fury going to be opened up here from the side of Com? Nobody going to be tagged, not killed, but he's down to 45. He himself would love to have that Hunter's Fury. He just hasn't been able to get that final ult charge to have it available for him.
That all felt like a bait to get that Hunter's Fury out of play. Nobody, wow, playing with fire around that corner.
It's always been an absolute lunatic. That has not changed here in the upper final. But he so desperately wants that final charge.
It would be a huge boon to have that no command.
Oh, Kong trying to reposition. Taken down on top of 410. King quick and clean with it. Smoggy now going to start to rotate over to try desperately to stop this push, but Chichu has found maybe a bit of alert timing here. He's very far forward.
There's nobody watching this.
No one's watching it here for the moment. They're getting ready to go ahead and strike. All eyes focused on the site itself as nobody holding close, finds the first. Hunter's Fury is available, but he's inside the pores, popping out. Chichu strikes! Cleans the boss bus, Tex dead. The push up into the wall. King has been felled. The revive will be there. 4 members will survive, and EDG are 1 step away from taking LEV into a 4th overtime on Icebox here at Champs.
And this is just great awareness here, a great timeout from Muggle to be ready for this Hunter's Fury, to find a way to bait it out. Bit of a misstep there from Kong, and you worried that it might be game over for this map, but they buy tons of time for Chichu. Nobody holds that off angle right by the orb. It works a treat for EDG. Leviathan, 1 round to try to stop what has happened to them every time on this map at this event. And EDG looking to try and continue the script that we have seen so far here at Champs.
Lockdown available from Chichu. Tex just 1 away from his own. King similarly, the pit, just about to be at the ready.
Well, the ults eventually did come back into cycle because this dragged towards the finish line. Look at this, they're so aggressive here. Tex all on his own, potentially against 3 members of EDG. And they're looking to try to find a counter lurk. We saw that last time where that was Leviathan's response, was to send Tex out on his own.
Chichu now trying to rotate, get himself into position so they can utilize that lockdown. Cascade coming through, recon sent, but there's the lockdown now committed to. Plant will come in and King will have the pit off the back of this one, but no, they interrupt. The Nano Swarm pop, they lob it in, and now LEV gonna have to make their exit. They've been held at bay for the moment. Is Hunter's Fury actually gonna be opened up here? Blind from the side of nobody, just going fishing here, trying to spot out anybody that he can. Kong calls it back over towards the site, but the tags cannot be found now. The plant gonna be coming through, and the pit will be in play. A quick peek there from Mazzino, seeing nothing there because of the cove. Simon able to find 1. Tech's gonna be dealt with. Ping's coming down on the flank, but Ozpos also felled. It's a 3v5 with King tagged low. Com, however, managing to find 1. Chichu cleared out. Kong here flush against the pit, pushes up, finds 2 as King and Com both fall to the floor, and now it is all on Mazzino. but he's been spotted, dealt with, and it cannot happen. LEV on Icebox here at Champs. It goes hand in hand with overtime.
It is just destiny that we're going to overtime. Every time these Vipers pits come down, EDG has such good ideas about how to clear them. And it's Kong who has read the Leviathan script. He said, I know this game, and he just is anticipating. He saw the util come out from Tom there and was so ready for them to be right underneath the rope at Nest. Finds 2 huge kills. Unbelievable that we're doing it again.
We are, and immediately EDG are using their overtime timeout. This attacking side, it was struggle street for them, just the 3 rounds picked up. So Muggle, Haladon wanting to go ahead, get in the players' ears, and get a solid game strategy based on what they observed from Leviathan in the past on this map, as well as just in the map earlier during that first half.
Yeah, I'm really curious about how Muggle is going to want to approach this, because Leviathan just had great reads, great adjustments. It was phenomenal calling by King. Every step of the way, it seemed like he was understanding and matching what EDG wanted to do. So maybe you've got some set plays, maybe you've got some ideas, try to break open some space, maybe a mid push or something like that that we didn't really see much of from EDG to try to set the tempo here in this overtime. Try to see if you could flip the script against Leviathan, who has been in this situation a lot, as it turns out, many times in this event, and yet they have come out on top every time.
That they have. 3 for 3. Can they go 4 for 4? EDG is looking to put a blemish on that record here at Champions and take away their opponent's map pick. LEV, though. Let's see what they have up their sleeves. Let's see what they anticipate from EDG after the timeout gets called.
No glass cannon for either side. It's just going to be rifles v rifles. And already looking for some kind of B setup for EDG. Deep knife. See if they can clear a lot of space, get a lot of info on this B site. Okay, you see King.
Field 1, but Mazzino, he's set up here for the trap, and now it's been sprung. Finds one, but Kong able to trade it back out. Does take a little bit of damage, down to 77. 4 armor remaining. Some shots ringing out from Tex here, trying to catch a timing through that poison orb.
That's not the worst trade there for EDG. Taking out that harbor, that retake utility, that was so difficult for them to deal with on this attacker's side. I think you'll take that. I think you're going to walk away from that fight happy. Now they're going to try to re-clear the space. King's still lurking around. Pings are being spammed all over the place by EDG. Looking to see if there's going to be any attempt at a push out. They're trying to pause. They're trying to bait out a lurk. Right now, Leviathan not giving him that space.
A couple shots ringing out. King repositioning, though. This is, again, just a bit of a bait setup here. Kong can swing out. Back yellow. Now presence is known, and Kong is dead. And this time, there can be no counter trade. EDG down a man. As Tex jumps his way back up into kitchen, just watching the exit.
30 seconds left.
Watching this too. And Aspas so far forward. Dash still at the ready. Footsteps going to be heard. The jump out, and Aspas finds one. Simon's going to be dealt with.
Down A.
I felt like Chichu needed to win that fight over in kitchen. Now all eyes are on him. Swings out, and Tex takes him down. Now, with 12 seconds, it's overtime. There's no reason to not play for it, but Smoggy just does not have anything working for him. All odds against him. Look at a snappy headshot, but that's about as good as it gets. EDG will drop this opening round. LEV counteracting, outdoing them at every twist and turn.
And it's just really good understanding of the way that EDG likes to play. And a lot of times, Kong is going to be left on his own. Com's able to punish him. Isolated from the rest of his team.
One enemy remaining.
Like you said, not able to find that trade like they did against Mazzino. And then it just kind of comes unraveled. Your lurking player gets identified and dealt with as well. So it's just the same story for Leviathan that we saw in the first half on their defender side. Very similar stuff, very similar results.
Still no glass cannon. Kong wanting that armor, wanting that phantom. For now, it's just Aspas dropping down, not taking too much forward space though.
Yeah.
Drone will lead the charge. Gets a spot there onto Simon.
Leviathan worried that we were going to see something that we saw at the end of that first half, where they pushed out towards Nest. So they have to use the drone to check for it.
Footsteps going to be made. Chichu, he can hear these. Getting a decent amount of information there as King going to be pinged over. But now the pressure getting ready to be applied here to Smoggy, who's all on his lonesome at back yellow.
Needs to play his life, like we saw a few rounds ago, and is already stepping back.
Timing's about to be so poor for him. He's up over the top, but Ospas is not checking for him. And Ospas ends up falling. Swing out from Mazzino. Smoggy able to tuck back. Gets out scot-free. King again going to be noted, just trying to keep some attention over towards his A side. But Smoggy saying, no, there's more than one. The rotate starts coming through. Smoggy, however, he gets spray through, finds another Tags knocked down to 10 HP. And it seems like we're not going to be getting away with a clean victory in overtime for LEV. EDG look to reset as it's just King and Calm left standing. Spots out one, but Calm now dealt with. King finds the first, cannot get the second, cannot get the spike. 13-13, we go again.
And that round hinged on what happens with Smoggy there. If the timing is just a little bit different, if Ospas sees him before he sees Ospas, it could be a very different round. But he's able to get that kill, able to back out, able to spam down as they try to get the spike planter into place. And that leaves this snowman push from the other players completely isolated.
Right here.
And they have life. They have a chance again. This feels like if EDG can find that attacker's round win, maybe, just maybe, they can stop Leviathan on Icebox, something nobody has been able to do at this event.
I do get the ping out there on the Chichu, but he gets the nano across, claims the turret, and ultimately that was his goal. So for now, it's just going to be silent.
It's a very different formation now for Leviathan, leaving Mazzino alone on B. King is going to be sliding forward to the front of A with Ospas and Tex to set up this crossfire. Calm going to use a little bit of util to try to get some info, but EDG waiting this out.
But look, the attention that it's drawing. Calm rotates back over here towards mid, doesn't see anything. Will start working his way back to B. Two being watched. King hanging way back over towards the spawn.
EDG is not giving up any information, leaving him guessing. So Leviathan is going to try to move through mid.
Chichu spotting one, but there's a swing out, but Mazzino cannot find the kill. Chichu strikes him down. 5-4 now as Ospas dashing away. Tex, however, holding close. Tik Tung Hung's head off, looks for a little bit more. Decides to tuck back. Turret going to be set up. His Calm will find Chichu, flushing him out of mid. Gets the punish there, too. Simon going to be spotted here in the corner. Ospas readjusts. He just take out nobody. Smoggy will be able to come up with two here for his squad, but Tex finds three, and EDG still just cannot get that attacking side round. Left once again, have map point.
I like what EDG does here, to be honest. I think they do a good job of not giving much information over to Leviathan until they're ready to try to make their attack. Yeah, they'll lurk through mid, get spotted, but still, Chichu was able to win that fight.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. That's a fucking
man
round. Let's go.
But the players on site trading so well for each other. Ospas's reactions absolutely insane, as always. Now it's going to be Leviathan's turn to use their timeout for the overtime to try to end this before it extends any further. They have an opportunity. But both teams have been incredibly good on their defender side on this map.
Really, very much have. Changing up the script here a bit. See what the adjustments come through, but Calm feeling very confident they will be able to close this out right here and now, not let it go any deeper down the overtime or rabbit hole than we have already gone. So far, the furthest that it has gone for LEV was that 16-14 scoreline versus G2.
We could go there again. It's been so darn close.
I'm down to break it.
Sure, why not?
I
got nowhere better to be.
What do we got to break? 19-17?
I'm down.
For a global event?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Crowd is riled up and ready to go. EDG, do they have it in them to deliver another reset? Once again, no operator spotted across the lobby. Hong Kong Vandal this time. Quick nano out. This time not going to be cleared. It's a turret. just have to be recalled out.
Sending a few players, this time 2 players, over towards B instead of just Tex. They're going to have King join him as well. Try to see if they can deal with some of these EDG players. Smoggy.
Now this is all to disguise Kong, who's about to strike. He saw one. He's trying to spot them out, play it patiently, waiting for the moment that he's got line of sight, but the teammates still falling around him, but there it is! Gets the spray down, Tex trying to go for the 180, but he cannot make it happen. The man advantage there, but this is still dangerous territory here for EDG. Nobody tucked in behind the box. Hearing the footsteps, Casino pushes his way up into the site. He's waiting to strike. Util in hand, cannot confirm the kill, swings out and somehow does not finish him off. Casino now with everything to do to try to bring this map to a conclusion, but he cannot. Deeper down we go, 14-14.
Switching sides.
Both teams making slight adjustments here. Leviathan adding an extra player to that layer to try to take control of the lurk of EDG. And instead, they sneak Kong around right behind them. None the wiser are LEV. Unbelievable stuff there. They're so willing to take risks, our EDG, and you can see the frustration from the Leviathan coaching staff. And we go again. Some spam down the middle. Tom just anticipating this push, sees a bunch of EDG.
And he does. Doctor going to be sent. Does he realize it? Well, now he will. And Kong has made his way up over the top. Calm still in a position to be punished, so does get whittled away at down to 89 overall with the armor.
See, this is one of those rounds I was looking for from EDG. We haven't seen much of this early. Kong dropping down towards the tube. Smoggy looking for that Leviathan player. They're expecting somebody to check mid. We've seen it before. Chichu dealt with it previously on this attacker side in overtime. Now the rest of EDG going to group up. Potentially going for that decisive hit, but once again, got a lot of Leviathan holding their feet.
Cross bus here on the close right side. Goes unchecked for a brief little moment, but Kong still able to adjust. Finds that kill, but Texas finds a nice timing, peeks out, gets himself one, Kong gets another!
Down A.
It's Smoggy and nobody now.
30 seconds
Last
left.
2 members standing versus 3. It's very much come down to whoever realistically can get this attacking win. And right now, it looks like it's not going to be any easier for them as Smoggy has everything to do. Swaps over to the Vandal, 10 bullets.
If there's anybody who can.
The year that he's had, the tournament that he has had, he would be correct. But odds are stacked against him, and now there's a Cove in play. It's being watched, and he just cannot flush it out. Level once again get themselves up to map point. Is EDG, do they have the drive, the tenacity, the will to keep this going?
And I mean, you take down Osbox, you gotta be thinking as EDG, all right, final boss is dead. Let's storm on in. But Tex plays this so well. Just
Let's go, let's
run.
go. You like that? You like that, Ian? Yeah, okay.
Tom, he's been there, he's done that. He's lifted a trophy, and he gets a huge 2K in that round for Leviathan. Unbelievable stuff there, but just the way that Leviathan staggers their defenses so effectively. EDG does it great too, though. Both teams.
EDG, losing out on an opening player. Osbox wise to it. Deals with nobody. Thrown lead forward here. Simon nearly punished. They force the dash back. This A site is being conquered. Smoggy just disrespecting the nano. Slides across, tries to get himself tucked here. Kong approaching from behind, but this time it's being watched, and the turret is set up there to go ahead and reinforce Texas position. Smoggy flushed out. LEV have been adapting on the fly. The pop flash sent Simon, only going to be good for 1. And Chichu has been taken out. 10 HP from Kong with not a hope in hell. 4 players to try to work through, and he cannot get the first. 16-14 once again. LEV pushed to the limit on Icebox, but once again, they get the win.
The script is written in stone for Leviathan here at Champions 2024.